Great. Welcome to the webinar, Role of Artificial Intelligence in Your Exports Growth. So great to see you all today. So the agenda of today is that what is the purpose of artificial intelligence? Because this has become the talk of the town, right? From the beginning of 2023, even towards the end of 2022, with ChatGPT, lot of AI tools, this has become the talk of the town. So when there are so many tools out there, what is the use for us? How, as an exporters, which kind of exporters can really use this tool and how this can benefit your business? That's very much important as an exporter, because any tool we take, anything we take, first it all matters is how it is going to help the exporter and then the business. So after that, what are the areas you can use in export business? Because there are different areas in export business where you can use artificial intelligence. When we talk artificial intelligence and everything, definitely to use any tool, to try anything out, there is a cost involved and there is also risk involved in whatever we do. So what are the cost that's involved and what would be the risk using these tools, or what are the risks if we don't use these tools? So that we will be going into it, and how you can leverage whatever stage you are in business. You could be a new to a business, you could be already in business but new to export business, you are already exporting but you want to expand your business. That's fine, whichever stage you are in. How to leverage, how to starting into the AI, because we know the businesses which has not embraced technology and gone out of business. So that's one scary thing, but you don't have to worry about it, because if you are ready to get started today, that's a good starting for your business. And then how to utilize the opportunity to grow your export business, because export business is dynamics. It is a very dynamic and ever changing scenario in the international market. So how should you look for opportunities and how you should be ready to grow your export opportunities? These are the agenda we are going to go into it. So let's get started. Before to get started, who are we? Where did we get started? That's I want to share with you. So our director, Arun Rajkumaran, he is an industrial engineer and he worked in Infosys for 10 years. He is very strong in data analytics, data science, because he is from UK, done his operant research when these topics were not even introduced in India. So even in his industrial engineering, he handled the data analytics based projects. So his heart is complete to simplify the complex things and ensure in industries, in businesses, everyone should have a simple solution which should be progressive, which should be cost effective. That's what his core heart for the businesses and for the industry. And he's also an exporter. He has an export business, and his business completely use the technology because his partners are in different parts of India. Within 2 months, they expanded to USA, Europe, in 2 countries, actually 3 countries, Middle East, Africa. So whatever he does in his business, that's what being shared for the other exporters, because there are ample opportunities in the international markets, and everyone's ability will reflect in the outcome of your business success. And Mr. Krishnan is our advisor. He has 30 years of experience in revenue department. So he knows how government will take actions and what are the details, trade policies, what are the things behind it. So he's very strong in that area. Myself, I'm mentor and consultant. Why I'm mentor and consultant? I started as an exporter in 2011, where I just completed the international marketing from UK, and I come from a business family, so I know how things changes in business, because 3 generations before us, they were well known in the city, and then because they had their typical way of doing business and then it was not carried out by the next generation, people who came into the new businesses, who were very aggressive in businesses, they all flourished. We are happy for them. They are very good friend of ours. But when I came into export business, I was the first one to take our family business to the international market. And of course, my degree in UK helped me, because that was my strength is international trade, how buyers behave, how to understand the communication of the buyers, how to do the communication in a way that you really impress your buyer, but you are genuine and you can provide the better solution. Thank you for the reaction. Great. And I'm also the guest consultant at Federation of Indian Export Organizations, Southern Region. So whatever our director, he's the technically strong in using the tools, and I know how the tools can be used in export business. We look for three things. Any tool, we test it out. One is ease of using that tool in export business for the exporters, even if exporter is new, because we all come from different backgrounds, and every one of us will be unique. Every one of us will have good strength in some areas, and we would need to get trained in some other areas. So how is that tool is to be used in the business? And the second, is it cost effective for the exporters? And what is the outcome of the tools? So these are the areas, whatever tools we take, we test it out. I check the usage of the tools, and our director checks the technicality of the tool and try it in their export business. Of course, I started out as an exporter as well. Right now, I'm doing the export related growth strategy for Kriba and other export businesses also. And yes, our community manager is a Hepzibah. She's also an exporter handling the eco-friendly products. And she had been in a community development and how the communities and the artisan changes and everything. When we think of artificial intelligence, it's natural people think of ChatGPT. That's a good one because it's well known. But ChatGPT is not alone AI. It is good. It is open AI. It's nice. It's good. But how to utilize it, how to drive, because we started in 2017. That's time our only focus is helping the exporters to utilize the online to the maximum for their export success, so that they can reduce their operation cost, they can increase the efficiency, they can expand faster. So this is not new topic for us. Whenever the new tool comes, we take really time to test it out. Last 3 weeks we have been testing the WhatsApp automation tools, different tools, because there are a lot of tools in the market. And our intention is how effectively exporters can use it, how with ease people can use it. So yeah, so whatever I'm going to share today, it's all experience based. So coming to the subject of what is the purpose of artificial intelligence, does it going to change the way people work? Is it going to steal some people's work and job, send people out of business? None. That cannot happen. Okay, that can happen only if someone is not prepared, someone is not ready to do it. Okay, so here the purpose of artificial intelligence is, I've given two simple example. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, because the purpose of the session is to give maximum information useful for your business, not to show how intelligent I am. So everyone can make it out. We see three things. This is a day-to-day very simple thing. Everyone eats. Khana is a basic of our life. So we could see it has all been in since ancient of time. When people have to cook, we all know, our grandmas, maybe our mothers even, they would have used a normal two stones to make curries or masalas. They were really skilled. Okay, we know when they cook, the whole street would come and eat. Then the generation came out. This generation is a fast moving generation. They have a lot of things to do, so they cannot really spend time or give so much of time in learning the complete small details or skills like the previous generation. All they need to do is get job done. So that's why we see a modern mixer, which everyone will have it. That is a normal tool or normal machine that has come into the play. Now what's happening? Next revolution is coming up, where this generation, the next generation, they don't just want the job to get done. They want something additional. They want convenience. They want better outcome. They want to enjoy it. Basically, they want to enjoy everything. So they cannot do something first of all, they don't have time for going something very deep into it, learn it, unless they are not interested, unless they're interested in that. Second thing is that they don't want to do repetitive job. Third thing is they want to utilize their modern skills. So I hope all of you could see the picture. So now the artificial intelligence have come into our kitchens, that if we just put the objects and give them the instruction, it can slow cook, it could measure the quantities, it could bring out the precision exactly like how you want it to be. And every time you give the instruction, it has the ability to change it. So that's how a normal simple purpose of artificial intelligence is for the new generation who wants to get done in fastest moment and who wants to have the convenience of doing it. And third thing, they want to really enjoy what they do it. So this is the thing why artificial intelligence is now at its biggest power, but it's still in the nascent stage. Now let's see the business case scenario. So I have given you three pictures. The one picture is that real traditional way of doing business, where there should be a building, there should be people working, there will be some sales agent, there will be some collection agent, there will be some procurement agents. They're always on the ground. They are always in the ground. They were doing the business, and sometimes it is very restricted to that particular place. Only if they have to expand to another place, they have to have more people to work for them, more expenses, more time takes. And then digital marketing happened. So everything become online tool. So online or digital is not new for exporters, because exporters use lot of digital websites and platforms. So what that has done is it has replaced, or it has added who are all able to use this websites or platforms, they are able to expand it. But what happened was the gap between the tradition and the next generation into the business, the ability to understand the things deep down. So who are all clear, who are all consistent, who are all had real proper skills in business, they took their business to the next level. But many are not able to cope up with the competition from other countries, challenges in other countries, risk in other countries. I'll address that down the line. Now, what artificial intelligence is doing? Artificial intelligence is replacing the repetitive work. We could see some of the examples. Yes, many of you are very well familiar with, you're using the chat GPT or SEO or for social media. These are, if you see majorly, it can present, it can fine tune, it can put a makeup, it can fine tune your approach to your buyers, it could fast reach it, it could put you faster in front of your buyers, it could bring efficiency into your process. So that's what the purpose of artificial intelligence is, to bring efficiency. How it brings the efficiency, I'm not going to go into the details of what artificial intelligence, and because that's not going to help us if we don't understand how to use artificial intelligence. So the main thing is efficiency. The artificial intelligence can understand, can read the patterns and recreate it. So many of you would have heard the term called as generative artificial intelligence, where if you give an instruction, it can just study and reproduce it, because based on a lot of details into it, it can bring it down. So if I have to write a sales email to you all, I wouldn't need 1 hour, only 5 minutes enough. If I know what you will be looking for and what you want to learn, what you are trying to achieve, I have to just put in there, and the AI tool can do it for me. Next one is automating the complex task. As I said, there are a lot of complex things happen in business that is ever changing, or we have to keep introducing something new into the market. So how accurately we can do it, that automation process. How many of you have been receiving our WhatsApp broadcast message? We are doing it for 1,000 people, but everything is automated. Does it not speak to you straight away, the accuracy of it? Or does it not communicate what you are looking to achieve? So it automates the complex things and the productivity. It increases the productivity. We really do not need to have 10 people working for us. We need to have one person who has the clarity, who has the understanding, who has the ability to repeat what we do or learn what we do and do the things. So what AI is doing is that AI is uh, helping out the people, who are clear, who are always go and getters, and equipping them to get things done faster, better, and with the proper accuracy. So this is the purpose of it. Now, what is the benefit for artificial intelligence for exporters? That is you and me. If we see as an exporter, export business, yes, it is low investment. Export business can be done any part of the world. You don't have to sit in a place. You can do it from any place. A lot of perks are there, but it is a complex. Also, it is dynamic. It's ever changing. So as an exporter, a lot of research need to be done. How do we do the research? Research in what are the areas? So if you have to take a product, you want to know where this product will have demand, who will be buying it, what are the prices, what are the packaging, what are the government schemes, which are the countries having the customs regulations. So a lot of research need to be done if we have to export a product. So for that, what we do, we read the notifications, read the blog, we attend some events, we listen, we watch, we ask questions to us. So that's the first thing we do as an exporter. When we research it, when we read it, we have to interpret it. Say, for example, if suddenly there is a notification coming saying that the UAE has a free trade agreement with India. So there is a 5% saving on the import duty. Now, as an exporter, if you suddenly think, oh, if I go to export, suddenly everyone is going to come and buy from India, that's not the case. You should able to interpret it. What does it say? If you are already existing exporter and you are already exporting to UAE, your buyer gets the benefit, 5% more benefit buying from you, so that there is a chance he could buy more from you. So this is an advantage for already existing exporter. For a new exporter, this is an encouragement for you. Okay, if you have a partner who can go and put up offers in UAE market, there is an ability that you can really save 5% more in your profit margin. So as an exporter, we should able to interpret whatever we read and we research. So we have interpreted, we have read it, we have interpreted, then we have to analyze it. That is the information, okay, it is useful for new exporter or it is useful for existing exporter. We have to analyze the possibility to using for business benefit. Okay, which product I can take immediately? That analysis skill we should have. Okay, suddenly UAE and India is ready to do business. 5% tariff duty is removed. So new exporters, if you have a partner, can go sit in there and you can get extra 5%, or you have a network, can start doing the business for that. But does it say anything about the cost? Does it say anything about payment term? It does not say. So you should analyze it. When is the best time for me to do this trade? When it is a peak season, when it is seasonal, when there is a requirement in the market, you have to analyze as an exporter for your business benefits. That's when you can get the best results out of it. And the major part of exporters' task, or the major part of exporters' work, is networking with more people. Who are the people we network with? We network with government officials, right? EPC, FIO, different export promotion councils are there. APEDA, different, whichever, Marine, for wood, everything, there is a different export promotion council are there. DGFT, yes, and then you bankers, then logistics people, then benefits you network with many people, your suppliers, your people who supply the products to you, and also most importantly, you network with the buyers in the overseas, because sales do not happen overnight. People have to know who you are. Every time you should be able to exchange useful information and build necessary contacts. The networking is a very important skill and area the exporters have to focus, because this business is completely based on networking, because referral is the basic thing. You can use different tools. Of course, there are like LinkedIn's automation is there, Get Sales, IO is there. You can you can make little bit efficiency into the networking process. But you should know whom to network with. Should I network with a consultant? Should I network with the government official? Should I network with a manufacturer? Should I network with a logistic person in the other country? Whose contact will be useful for your business? That decision to be taken by the exporter. So yes, now you have decided, you have studied, you have researched, and you have interpreted, and then you have also networking with many people. Actual thing is, we need to have the sales. When there is a sales, when there is an inquiry, when you are giving the pricing, there are two areas always buyers get stuck at. One is pricing, another one is payment term. So as an exporter, how are you going to stay ahead of it? If someone says your pricing is too high, how are you going to convince that buyer and get the export order? Or if they say, no, I'm going to pay you credit, how could you make it safer for you? What kind of networks you have? Of course, I missed the ECGC. Yes, how are you going to negotiate and get into it? This is a skill the exporter need to have. After having all that, execution matters, because two things we always come across: exporters, very smart exporters who know the details of different tools, different platforms to use, but different networks also. What step to take next? Whom to speak what outcome to come? This is the biggest area exporters need support. That is, you should be able to plan, manage, and execute it, so that every time there is a result in your business. So implementation is the biggest part. Can you do all the work? If export can be done by one person, then we would know two big names or three big names in the country doing all the export business. But the nature of export business is 96% it is done by the small, medium enterprises, or even solopreneurs or exporters who do everything single-handedly. But that sometimes choke the growth of your export business. You should find a person to delegate it. So you have to find the right person to complete the task. Here, what AI tool does it for you? If your product is something that's been sold so much through online e-commerce, so you will have a lot of data and market research can be done through the AI tool. Of course, the interpretation and analyzing the details, it's purely the exporter's ability to do it. But what the AI tool can do it is, it can simplify it to you. And you should be able to read the data also, even if you're using the trade map, even if you're using any data based statistics tool, you should know if there is an increase. If it is red in color, what does it say? If it is black in color, what does it say? If the unit cost is different, what does it say? You should be able to make that analysis. Network, majority of the tools nowadays, if you see, most of it is used in marketing and sales. So it is very useful in network. You will be able to find better connections. Yes, the tools can do it. So then the next one is delegation part of it. Instead of 4 people doing a task, you would need just one person to do it. So if you see, the majority of the places, research, network, and delegation are the 3 areas it can help you as an exporter. Now, which are the areas of export business? I've already told you which are the areas. If we see whether you are a new exporter, already exporting exporter, there are only 3 areas exporters look for help. One is the product selection, or understanding the product's export potential. If you are taking a new product, or if you want to expand the uh, product to new countries. And then the export process. When I say export process, either you need help in banking, either you need help in trade finance, either you need help in, because trade finance is different, banking is different, right? There are private sectors also, there are public sectors also. And then you may need help with the documentation, Incoterms, LCs, you might need customs, ICE gate, because ICE Gate 2.0 is there. We have a connections with 130 customs related people who are in shipping industry. They say every single day, ICE Gate is getting updated every single day. But we have a panel of mentors, one of the experienced exporter who's also our client, who's also a mentor, who's volunteering to support the growing exporters. They have the contacts. So as an exporter, you might need help in any one of these areas. And then every exporter look for help in marketing and sales, like how to find the buyers, how to get the attention of the buyers, how to get more results out of your business. The good news is that if you have a phone, if you have internet and laptop, you can do export business. But where do you get started? How do you get started? Why you should do it? Why not to do it? That relies on the ability of an exporter to decide. So these are the three areas of export business where an exporter look for help, look for support. So as I told you at the beginning, the market research is one thing. Of course, the AI tools can bring in the data if they are already fed into the internet. Okay, because AI tool cannot work on its own. Any tool, any machine cannot work on its own. You are the center of your business. You are the driving force of your business growth. So you should know how to instruct it for your business outcomes. So the marketing and sales and the export process are the three areas. Now, I will go into the tools of it. But before I go into the tools of it, there are three areas we have to know. What are the costs involved? Because the one thing, if you see the AI, one AI tool cannot do everything. If you take Chat GPT, there is a limitation to Chat GPT, right? And right now they have also introduced the $20 per month plan. Still, free users can still use it, but then it's not as efficient as it used to be. It can block, it can log you out at any time. It can go idle. You should know the prompts. And nowadays, I think the last one I saw was 894 prompts in the AI tool, and every single day new prompts are coming because people use it as a way to drive traffic to their business. So you have to now find it out which prompt to use it. That's the biggest challenge. The challenge of AI is how to use it. The tool is how to use it is a biggest challenge for it. So before we go into different tools and different what are the options available, how to leverage it, I want you to consider the cost involved of using your tool. So cost involved is, if you take any tools for business. So right now I'm going to go a little bit into the export business and then come back into the any questions or any part of the AI tool. Okay. So if you take AI tool or any tool, there are two basic differences. One is pre-built. Pre-built, if you see, okay, there is already a tool. They will give monthly subscription for you to use it with some minimal already set features. Say if you want to get 10 quotation for your 10 logistics quotation for your product, CocoaPort will have one service for it. If you want to use additional features, they'll have additional service for it, which is very well known. This is common. This is the same you and other exporters would use it. Then there is a customized one, which is a second level, where they will customize everything for you based on your requirements. This area has not much come out for exporters. And then the third party is that you decide not to use it by yourself or not customize it for yourself. You just completely want to outsource someone else to do the job for you. Then the third thing is you hire someone to do it as a team. You manage, you give them salary, you give them instruction. So in every area, there are different costs involved. Right? So I will go into it. What are the costs involved in different tools? So these are the sample things. There are 9,000 tools there. Now, so many B2B portals, so many, there are trade intelligence tool, trade statistics tools, buyers data scraping tools. There are a lot of tools are there. But I want you to say something. The market research cannot be standardized. Okay, it varies depending upon your ability to export a product, the product, which place you are coming from, and where to export it. So if you see in market research, there are three or four tools which you can use it. Of course, the perplexity.ai, trade map. Euromonitor is something I really like it, the research based of it. Or you can engage someone to do third party research. Of course, we have networks in different countries. So when they wanted to do market research, the basic cost they charge is 3,000 euros. So that's why I put 2 lakhs on an average. Whatever the cost, I will put it as an average for you to give an idea. So you can get started with something free. If you want to get started with free, you should really have the idea of how that tool can be used and when to be used and how to be used, how to interpret it, how to read it, how to analyze it. But if you want someone else to do it, there's always a cost attached to it. These are the 4 main areas where different tools are there for export business. So if you want to take buyer database, yes, you can use Now, you can use Apollo. Right now, my favorite tool is Devi. LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Dripify, and different other tools are there as well. These are also cost. I've put per year cost for some tools here. You can get started with free also, and some tools only come with 2 weeks trial, and then you have to pay it for monthly subscription. After finding the buyers, that's not the job over. Where the major job comes is putting yourself in front of your importer regularly, because the importers do not just find you on internet, come and buy from you. They won't do it, right? Even if you are part of any tool for that matter, it takes your um, ability to convince the buyer to buy from you. You have to be constantly in the social media. So this, for the social media, it starts from keyword research to content creation, poster creation, videos. All these are nowadays needed to keep the attention or get the attention of the buyer. So again, there you have ChatGPT, Jasper, copy.ai. If you put it in the, just Google it, thousands of tools would come. But how to use it really matters. Then it does not stop there. There is something called as customer relationship management. You have to consistently, business is a consistent game. For some, you can resonate with the aggressive game. That is, you are able to constantly speak with buyers and get their requirements, follow up regularly, do it something. So there are different tools there also. Of course, you can use HubSpot, getsales.io to customize it, to give relevant informations, but they are all basically in B2B enterprises. In product experts, how to do it, that really matters. And these are the costs involved for these tools. Now, let's see what is the risk of not using these tools. The first thing is risk of not using this tool is, yes, high cost of operations. If you want to be successful in export business, as I said, anyone can do export business. If you have a very good sourcing skills, if you know how to see the product, technical aspects, anyone can do it. But the risk without using the tool is very slow progress. You should be able to use it in different areas and understand how you can do it. And then poor quality results. But the challenge in using it, you want to use the tool, but challenge in using it is relevance. How useful it is for you, what stage to use it, when to use it. Because we have exporters who try different tools, but when to use it really matters. Then technical aspect of it. This is the biggest area where exporters get stuck. And once you use the tool, you should be able to measure the outcome and reuse it again and again in your business for the better outcomes. So this is the risk and the challenges if you don't use it. Now, how to leverage the power of AI? AI, even if you're going to use AI, it takes time. You should need patience. You should have to stick on to using it. Don't try all the tools in the market. You will get exhausted. You'll get frustrated. Start with what is your next immediate need in your export business. Whether you want to know what is the cost that's happening in another countries, or what is the trend to study in another country, or what to make. Don't make catalog as the first job before talking with any buyers, because I know In marketing, that's how people teach you. Go and do the website, go and do the catalog, go and do the Excel sheet, send 100 emails. People don't even open it. They won't even study it. So start with what is your next immediate need in your export business. You have to increase more database. If you have database, speak with more people and try with free tools suitable for your business. What is the free tool available which is suitable for your business? Most importantly, discuss with exporters using the AI tools for their business. Now you might wonder how to know which exporters are using. That's where Consult Kriba help you with. Consult Kriba will help you with understanding which is the next immediate need in your business, where you have to focus, which is the strength for you, and which is the area you have to focus for the better outcomes, and which is the free tools you can get it started. Once you see the result, you can use the next version of it. And who are the other exporters? Because you would see the community of exporters. We also have the exporters. We meet with them like twice in a week at least. So how they are using it, what are the results they are getting it. In one of the session, when we were talking about the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Eva Boot, and you would have noticed me, I would not mention any tools in the session. The reason being, I don't want to confuse you. But here I'm mentioning it because this is very relevant to this session. And then in one of the session, when we talked about 2-3 tools, one exporter tried all the 3 tools in conjunction with each tools, and he came and presented the result. How beautiful is it? And another exporter who tried the tool, when another one having the doubts, the exporters share their experience. That makes it very easier for them. And most importantly, analyze the purpose of using the tool before using it, because there are a lot of tools with a lot of prices tag on the tools. It is also an investment. Before you make investments, simplify it, why you want to use a tool, why you need it. Because if I'm going to take all the tools, this one day or this 1 hour will not be even enough. So you have to know the purpose of the tool before using it. Now, if you want to have the opportunity to growing your business, the basic in export business is you should have the ability to source the product and understand the product quality and the supply chain. Being completely connected with the whole part of the supply chain for your product. That is right from where it starts, what is the quality of the product, where it next goes. Recently, just today, we were hearing to one of the story, an onion farmer. If you have heard the story, you can resonate. An onion farmer with 500 tons selling 1 kg of onion for 1 rupee. 1 rupee. Onion is a very big income, foreign exchange earner for India. But then he didn't get the profit, including his transport and everything. He ended up in loss. There are a lot of such people you can help. If you have the ability to source it, even you don't have to buy upfront. If you know how to use the tools to study the market, study the opportunity, and have the network, you will be able to help out these people, win-win situation. Just imagine if the farmer has got at least 7 rupees for his product and someone is ready to take it, he would have got the profit out of it. Is this not the sad story of many producers and manufacturers? There are loads of manufacturers in India who wants to export, but they don't have time to explore, to give time to find buyers and speak to them, understanding the market conditions. And if you are a manufacturer and you are looking to scale up your operations, do you have the time to spend just 1 hour every day? If you have the time to spend 1 hour every day, the tools, you can use it to do it just at the snap of your fingers using your smartphone. And some of the AI, AI tools, they have not even come on the mobiles. Most of them are still web application. You cannot use its full potential in phone. So it's still in a very early stage. The people who adopt it early are the one who will not be left behind. So the better you adopt early, the better you can grow into it. And most important, whoever you are, whichever stage in your export business, you should able to understand the market conditions. You should be a very good at networking. You should be very good at speaking to people and get the information and being consistent in the marketing and follow-ups. One of our client, a very good business, he's doing in India alone, he has 700 clients for his product, customized paper bags. And the way they do business is really international standard. So in the third session itself, they started getting more traffics to their website, more inquiries, with only one input I gave them. You know what? One question: who is your customer? Can you put it in one word? Who is your customer? And there were 4 people in the team. So I asked this question to every single one of them. The visionary of the business, whose heart, soul, and purpose of this business, he wanted to do really very big things. So he was giving all the general inputs. And there was another guy who he gave the end users' names. And there was one person, he was not opening his mouth at all. I know he's listening. So I asked him to say, he was the only person in the business to say exactly who is their target audience or who is their customer. This one place, because they were doing general marketing, they were doing general reach out. If you are thinking like, okay, I have a product, I want to have somehow have the buyers, that will not happen. What is your buyer looking for? Which market they are? What is their challenge? Why they should come to you instead of going to another country or another exporter in India? Do you have the question for it? That only will bring opportunity for you. Nobody will come and tell you like, okay, any place you can say, we can give information. Right now, this product is being exported in big quantity from India to this country. But how will you utilize it? Nobody's going to make a buyer buy from you unless you're very influenced, unless you exactly have the offer the buyer is looking for, and most importantly, you are ready to give for credit. But we don't encourage to give for credit. You don't have to do the business on credit. But building network is the key thing, and consistent marketing and follow-up. And now WhatsApp automation, WhatsApp tools, there are a lot of WhatsApp tools have come. We have been checking 3 tools so far. Out of 3 tools, only one, because other tools, the prices are really high for exporters to get started. We should not get started with something really high. We should try it, get the result, go for the next level. Try it, get the result, go for the next level. Out of all the tools, only one tool we find it with the real simplicity for the exporter to use it. And our exporters, reverse sourcing method exporters, will get it trained on first hand on Monday. And we will guide you how to utilize the free trial period to the maximum efficiency. And if they don't have the WhatsApp number of their importers, how to get the importers details. So this is very much important. How do you get a importers detail? Will anyone be ready to give the their WhatsApp number immediately to you? Unless you really impress them with the right information, what they are looking for. So if you have these things in your business, then there is an opportunity for you to grow.
If you are an exporter looking to have reverse sourcing method in your business, check out the description for more details. Thank you.